What's going on, family? I am in the grocery store right now. Like I told you guys, I will be recording a whole grocery tour, kind of giving you guys a little bit of insight to what's good, not necessarily anything that's bad, but some tips that I use when I go grocery shopping, kind of give you an insight of like some things you might want or should grab in order to help you with like meal prep and eating at home. So let's get started. And I'm at Whole Foods on Washington Street in Marshtown, New Jersey. So let's go. All right, guys, so here's the strawberries. Again, strawberries are awesome for you. Love fruit. Any type of berry is usually good, as well as blueberries, blackberries, raspberries. Those are usually the healthiest type of fruits out there. Again, my personal feedback, if you're gonna go for fruit, I would always go with the organic ones. Again, just because the way they're prepped is a lot different. But again, you know, either or is fine. But again, my personal preference is the organic one. And now we're gonna go over here. So hey guys, there's more fruits again. Here are the blackberries I was talking to you about, raspberries, and then there's the blueberries as well. Obviously, there are some grapes and everything down here, but grapes are a little bit high in sugar, so I would have them sparingly. Here is bananas. Bananas are awesome for potassium. I say a banana a day is great. And again, if you want to grab them, go right ahead. Some other greens, asparagus, also very good for you. Again, you cook them in the oven. And typically that's how I cook them. And again, you get a lot of good vitamins, minerals, all from those. Avocados, one of the best things to have in my opinion. They're good. They have a great sense of fats. They're also good for keeping you more full since they're higher in fats. Something again you can have with like eggs, toast, bacon, avocados. Here are some apples. Again, can't go wrong with your apples. And then obviously all of your greens. I personally like carrots, which are right over there. Mushrooms are good for you too. They are high. Also help you with a lot of digestive issues if you have those. Cucumbers, peppers are all great. And again, eggplant is great too. Then you have your tomatoes. Little cherry grape tomatoes if you want to mix in a salad. And then also over here you have your yams or your sweet potatoes. Here's some onions. And then obviously Yukon and yellow potatoes. You also have your russets. And again, one thing about potatoes, guys, whether they're sweet potatoes or regular, is they're usually low in calories. They have really good low amounts of carbs, and they're high in satiety, so they will keep you alive. All right, guys, now we're here to the breakfast meats usually. Again, something that's one of my favorite breakfast meats that is high in protein, low in calories, is turkey bacon. Again, since it's high in protein and low in calories, again, good for satiety purposes, can kill some nice eggs, turkey bacon and toast, so you have a protein-packed breakfast. And here are the meats. So guys, let's go over the lean options. So chicken breast, usually one of my go-tos. If you look at the back, it's about 120 calories, but you see at the bottom it's 27 grams of protein, which is a great amount, and only 4 ounces. So typically, guys, this is one of the meats I will choose on a week in and week out basis, along with other things. But again, really high in protein. Get 3 nice big pieces in this one. If you want to have it one per meal, it will take you about half the week, if not the full. And here's some other things. Ground turkey. So it's 94% lean. Again, you have 23 grams of protein in a serving, 2 grams of fat. This is considered one of the lean meats as well. So again, if you're a big fan of ground turkey, that is great for you. And I know people always ask about red meat. Again, if you're going to go with red meat, guys, I personally go with the grass-fed. This one's 93% lean, 7 grams of fat. So it's one of the more leaner ground beefs. Here are the macros on the back. Again, 25 grams per serving of protein. Something I typically like to use mixed with taco seasoning or taco sauce and have tacos or like taco bowls throughout the week. This is something I'll typically would do alongside with the chicken. So I'll have this one of my meals during the day, and then the other one I'll have the chicken with another meal. Also guys, here is your seafood section. So seafood is all lean for the most part. Even if you grab some smoked salmon, you have 11 grams of protein per serving, and it's only 130 calories. So seafood. Also here are shrimps. So shrimp is another, don't mind me dropping everything everywhere. Shrimp is another good source of protein, 14 grams for only about 9 shrimps. So even if you double that, you end up getting 28 grams of protein for 2 servings, and it's only 120 calories. So if you're a big seafood lover, you can mix that around with. And for all my pasta lovers, here is a bunch of pasta. So you have some organic pastas like green lentils, plant-based, and per like 2 ounces, there's 14 grams of protein. And also for another serving is 25 grams. Yes, all of pastas are high in carbs, but these pastas specifically are high in protein. If you look at it, 20 grams for 3.5 ounces of this pasta, 2 ounces is 11 grams. Bonds is made from chickpeas, something I have used a lot, eaten a lot, so highly would recommend if you're trying to have need help getting protein but you want some pasta. That is a good alternative. Tomato sauces, you pretty much can't go wrong with any tomato sauce for the most part. Obviously, if you can, you have like fat-free options. 0 grams of fat, 40 calories, not too bad, only 8 grams of carbs. So if you guys want to do pasta sauces, I would go with the fat-free ones. Same thing with your other ones like your Alfredos, and other than that, and condiments too. Condiments is huge, guys. One of the more underrated things when it comes to your calories. They actually take up a lot. So if you're gonna go ketchups or anything like that, I would just pay attention to the labels. Like this one has 20 calories, but it says 1 tablespoon. So again, guys, if you can, try to measure out your condiments, because they do go a long way as well with adding on calories, because they're usually ones that go untracked. So highly recommend doing that. And then also you have like things like your extra virgin olive oil, as you see right here. This one's 14 grams of fat, 130 calories. So again, for one teaspoon. So guys, remember this, 1 teaspoon is 130 calories. Guys, like I mentioned with the ground turkey, I typically like getting stuff like this, where if I'm mixing the ground turkey or the ground beef, I can mix this along the way so it has some sauce and flavor to it. Again, only 40 calories per serving, so this whole thing has 160 calories, but again, you're spreading out the ground turkey or the ground beef over like 3 or 4 days. So again, you don't really have to worry too much about something like this. But again, if you can still track, obviously you have your hot sauces, so they don't really have much. Here's your rice, guys. So you have probably a lot of different options to choose from. If I had to choose some, I'm usually gonna go with the jasmine rice. All of these jasmines are fine. There's also things like basmati, but I typically like to go with jasmine rice. And if you want, again, some rice that packed with extra little bit of protein, here's your Banza. It's made from chickpeas, 170 calories per serving, 11 grams of protein per serving, and only 29 grams of carbs. So that is another one that is a hidden gem. Also, if you guys need beans, beans are a good source of protein for all my people who are vegetarians. But at the end of the day, they're decently high in carbs. But even if you grab, like, say, pinto beans, about 100 calories for a serving. So again, guys, just focus on your calories.
supposed to be honey, but.
And guys, all right, guys. Here's another one. Tuna fish. Tuna fish is a game changer when it comes to getting protein in. You can have this on a sandwich or with some rice, whatever. But here you go. So something like this is 27 grams of protein for this whole container. So guys, literally for $3.29, or there's usually cheaper brands as well at other places. But again, you could literally have one can of tuna, just crack it open, mix it around in some light mayo if you're doing tuna fish. Again, just keep track of the mayo. But again, 27 grams of protein in this whole thing. So definitely something I've used in the past and still do from time to time, but I highly would recommend if you want something quick and short. Tuna fish is a great way to get your protein in. And guys, if you don't have a protein supplement, this is something you guys can grab. I'm a big fan of the OWN. It's plant-based protein, non-dairy. You have some that have 35 grams in here and 230 calories, which isn't too bad for a protein shake, especially something like this. Usually your powders, if you have them at home, they're going to be more around the 100, 150 range because it's powder and you're mixing it, but this has like everything mixed together, so, and it's pre-packaged, so that's something again why they're a little bit more higher in calories. But again, if you need on the go, you have it on the go. And let's jump to, you have something like your almond milk. So there's 10 grams of protein in this almond milk in one serving. So again, if you struggle, and only 11 grams of carbs. So again, guys, if you struggle with getting your protein sources in, but again, you like having a bowl of cereal or oatmeal or like a protein shake or whatever, and you need milk, something like this will help you a lot because there's a lot of protein packed in it. And again, if you're someone like me that can't eat nuts, and even if like you just find yourself going over your calories, something like coconut milk will help. There's only 70 calories per serving. It's higher on the fat side, but again, it's more lower on the calorie side. So you have something like this that will help. Guys, oatmeal, definitely a good one. You guys can grab oatmeals. They're only about 27 grams of carbs, 150 calories. So something, again, if you need quick on the go. Also 5 grams of protein. Again, oatmeal is huge. It's great for fiber. Again, fiber helps speeds up your metabolism, and you want to make sure you're getting that in daily. They don't have any of my protein bagels, so I'll have to show you guys that later. But again, here's cereal, one of my favorite ones packed with protein. Catalina Crunch, it's 11 grams, only 110 calories per serving, only 14 grams of carbs, and 11 grams of protein. So again, something that is slept on. And guys, here's another low-key hack. You have a pancake mix, so if you're big into pancakes like I am, you have 10 grams of protein per serving of pancakes, only 130 calories. And again, if you're someone who's plant-based, 9 grams of protein, 130 calories per serving. So that's another hack as well. And another thing, guys, I feel like everyone's so against the pre-packaged life, but you actually find a lot of good options in here. So I love the breaded chicken nuggets, Bell & Evans. So let's go through, and again, if you're gluten-free, you have some gluten-free tenders as well. But let's just use this one for an example. So if you look at per serving, there's 210 calories for 4 ounces, but there's 20 grams of protein in here. So again, even if you did another half a serving, that'd be 6 ounces. That'd bring you to about 300 calories, but you get 30 grams of protein and having some good chicken breast tenders. So again, just because it's frozen doesn't mean it's necessarily bad for you. Again, some of these are packed with a lot of protein. And again, if you want something quick and you don't want to make them, but you're craving chicken tenders, this is another option you guys can go with. And another thing too, sausage. One of my favorites to have in the morning with my eggs, but there's 50 grams per patty of per calories per one patty. So if you do 2 of them, that's 12 grams of protein, 100 calories, only 6 grams of fat. And yes, guys, it will probably be about 500 grams of sodium. But again, sodium, as long as you don't go over like 5,000 grams a day, you should be straight. And again, sodium, your body needs it anyway, so you typically will pee it out on a daily basis. Here's another thing, yogurt, great source of protein. This cup of Chobani has 14 grams of protein, only 80 calories. And again, it's the plain yogurt, so if you want to mix like granola, honey, I don't know, grind up some chocolate, whatever you want to put in here to mix, you can. There's no added sugars. And again, there's really not that many ingredients in there, just cultured non-fat milk. Again, if you can eat dairy, if you don't have a sensitivity, that's a good one. And if you want a Chobani that's flavored but less in sugar, you have something like this. Only 120 calories, 12 grams of protein still, so not bad. Another good brand is the Siggi's brand. 15 grams of protein, only 13 carbs, only 110 calories per container, and again, only a couple ingredients in there. So again, guys, Siggi's is another one if you want to grab. And then if you're a big yogurt fan, I recommend grabbing these in bulk. Only $5.99 for this whole thing. And again, still the same macros. There's actually 90 calories and 16 grams of protein in this one. So it's not, it's actually on the better side for you as well. And for all of my non-dairy people, just shoot me a note. They don't really have much. I mean, you have the Oatleys, you have like the So Delicious ones. These are all good, but a good amount of them are high in sugar and not high in much in protein. But if I had to choose one, actually right here, maybe the Silk would be the best one because there's 140 calories, but there's 6 grams of protein. So I'd probably say that's definitely gonna be the best one. Guys, one of my favorite things to do in the morning is mix frozen fruit with my protein powder. If you have a blender, this brand is the one that I get the most. So obviously this bag is 3 pounds, so it usually lasts me about 1 to 2 weeks. So again, I know it's $15.49. You can find it other places for cheaper, but usually I buy these in bulk if I know I'm going to be eating them a lot. One other thing that's underrated is the power of frozen vegetables. So this whole thing is 2 pounds of broccoli, and it's $5.29. Again, you can grab a bunch of different frozen vegetables. So you have your kale, your peas and carrots, your corn, Mediterranean style, all of these. And again, guys, the power of eating veggies is, again, even if they're frozen, is that you don't have to buy a bunch of fresh ones. You can just throw these in the freezer, and you can keep them for a long time. But again, all you have to do is throw them in a pot of water and boil them, and then they will be good to go. Another hack is, there's the original. I've had this one before and I loved it, but it's stir-fried style rice cauliflower. For 1 cup of this, there's 3 servings per container. So even if you want to make the whole bag, it's 180 calories, and there's only 7 grams of carb per serving, so it'd be 21 grams. Again, if you want a nice side, if you want to make like an Asian dish or anything like that, or chicken teriyaki, whatever, this would be a good side if you especially want to stay low on the carb side. Another thing is one of my game changers for breakfast is protein van waffles. These are plant-based waffles. I love them personally. They have about 10 grams for 2 waffles. Serving is 250 calories and 34 grams of carbs. But like I said, you don't have to get the blueberry, you can get the plain too. Again, this is only 200 calories, 10 grams of protein still in there. And these are all power greens. So again, guys, if you're non-dairy based, these could help you. Vegan waffles and packed with protein. Now, Birch Benders is another good brand for all of my dairy lovers out there. 12 grams of protein in that one as well. And guys, another big protein-packed bread is Ezekiel bread. Again, 5 grams of protein per one slice. So if you had 2, that's 10 grams of protein. And again, it's bread that can be frozen, so you don't have to worry about it getting moldy. I love it personally. If you want like a sweet taste to it, there's cinnamon raisin as well. And let's go to the ice cream shop. All right, guys, so pretty much one of the best go-to ice creams that you will see when it comes to staying healthy is Halo Top. It's 310 calories per pint, so this whole thing is 310 calories. And you see the serving sizes per each label. So the whole thing has 69 grams of carb, the whole thing has 17 grams of protein, and 27 grams of sugar. So again, this whole thing is, all you have to do is follow the macros. One serving will get you 2 grams of fat, 23 grams of carbs, 6 grams of protein. And again, you can have ice cream every day if you want. You just have to log it. But Halo Top would probably be one of my go-to ones. So you have chocolate chip cookie dough, mint chip, sea salt caramel, peanut butter cup. There's also another brand. And lastly, guys, just wanted to show you this. If you guys are eating on the go or you want something that's quick but isn't too bad in macros or calories, rotisserie chicken is one of my go-to ones. It's 200 calories per serving. It's packed with a lot of protein, and it will definitely keep you full. So even if you want 6 ounces of this, it'd be 400 calories, 46 grams of protein, 24 grams of fat. But again, it will keep you full for a long period of time. Another crazy hack, guys, is at Whole Foods specifically, they have it called, it's herb roasted turkey. They also usually have the regular brand as well. But in about 1 serving of deli meat, because they cut this up, it ends up being about almost 20 grams of protein. So if you're a big sandwich lover, highly recommend stopping in here and grabbing this. They do a discount for Prime members on Sundays. But again, if you're a deli sandwich person, this will help you a lot when it comes to hitting your protein. That was the tour. Again, if you want to stop in at Whole Foods, it's located on Washington Avenue. I know I said street earlier, but Washington Avenue. If you want to stop in and grab anything that I had in the video. But again, I hope this helped tremendously. I had so much fun doing it. People looking at me weird, but it was all good. And again, guys, just have an awesome rest of your day. Let me know if you have any questions in the meantime. Always here to support. Peace, love, and happiness, family. See you later.